Nice.
Nice.
There it is. Yeah.
Pedro Franco. Yeah.
Here I am.
What's up, dude?
Dude, not much. Like I was saying, do you want to just keep talking about that?
Sure.
Yeah, it was I'm trying to work it out, but it's like it's a tough bit. It's like it's about white guilt because that doesn't really exist outside of here.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Like when I go to Brazil, it definitely feels like it's not as important to them as it is to us.
No, it's not a concept outside of America.
Yeah.
It's really not. Like, it's not that like people are not worried about stuff that happen or like that people don't acknowledge that racism is a thing, but like the white guilt thing, like feeling bad for things that your ancestors did to other people is such a foreigner concept to every other country except for America.
Okay.
Like I try to explain it to my father. My father's like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What's the joke about?
Dude, the joke is that like, because like, you know how in Brazil I'm a white person, right?
Right.
Like there's no distinction.
For sure.
Here I'm like Latino, Hispanic, but in Brazil I'm just a white guy.
Absolutely.
So I start by saying like, I always talked about this, how like here I get called Mexican and Muslim and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I finally understood what white privilege is because I lost mine.
That's pretty good.
So that's the first part. And that does fine. And then after like people are kind of done, like that bit's done, they're done laughing. I'm like, white guilt too, that's new. Like I didn't fucking know what that was. But I don't know where to go. And what I did yesterday, I talked about the Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
And it just, dude, it was bad. It was bad, man.
The Trail of Tears coming from a Brazilian person, I guess. I don't know. I guess because there wasn't really a lot of indigenous slaughter like there was here.
Buddy, of course it was, dude.
Not at the same scale, though.
Of course, dude. Think about it, Eric. Like when they got to Brazil, the Portuguese,
right?
There were a bunch of fucking natives on the coast.
Right.
We don't have a single indigenous person until you reach the Amazon.
Right.
So if you look at the map of Brazil, Amazon is here. Rio, where they fucking discovered Brazil, is right here, and we pushed them all back. Way back to the jungle. So we killed all of those people in the middle.
But from what I understand, and maybe I'm wrong, my understanding is that you guys incorporated them into society a lot easier.
Hell no, dude. It was the same thing.
You just slaughtered them?
We just killed them. We made them work. Like, we literally made them all slaves.
Right.
When I say we, is the fucking Portuguese. I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Saying we seems like I'm a fucking evil person.
For sure.
But the Portuguese just made them work.
Yeah.
And if they didn't want to work, they killed them. It's the same thing. The ones that were like, yeah, fine, we'll be slaves. Or like we'll go into
But we didn't enslave them.
No, you guys send them to reservations.
Sure.
Which is a form
Which could be better.
Well, for them is like a form of slavery because you just destroy their lifestyle.
Right.
It's like, yeah, come be a part of this. And like there's books on this. There's Empire of the Summer Moon.
Yeah.
Well, like when you read that book, like the reservation, they had like, so the chiefs had money, but all the other natives were like poor as fuck. They lived in like...
My understanding was always that the Latin countries, they didn't necessarily kill them as crazy as we did. Like, they didn't go as hard. Like, they definitely was a little bit more intermingling. They were definitely a bit more involved.
No, everybody killed them.
But they were still killing.
Everybody.
I didn't think it was at the same scale. I thought we really leaned into it.
No, you guys just feel really bad. And I'm not saying it's a horrible thing, but
why do you think we feel bad? Why don't you feel bad? That's the real question.
Because what? Okay, so me feeling bad and feeling guilt, and feeling like overwhelming sadness about that. What does that do for anybody?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess I could say it helps you understand where they are today.
Oh, yeah. No, I have a lot of sympathy for Native Americans. I have a lot of sympathy for like black people. I have a lot of sympathy, but I don't understand the guilt part.
Right,
and that's a tough thing to say.
Sympathy and guilt are different.
Exactly. That's a really tough thing to say because the thing about the guilt part that I don't get, it has nothing to do with what happened to these people is bad.
Right.
It has a lot to do with like the way white people in America feel like I see it, dude. I see it like, you know what I'm saying? Like when people are talking about slavery, they're like, oh, it's like, that to me is weird because we did a lot of shit as humans.
Yeah.
Like, if you go back far enough, everybody has like horrendous ancestors. Like I'm sure if you go far enough, my ancestors did some fucked up shit. Right. I'm not gonna sit here,
but you're not responsible for them.
It's not that I'm responsible is a bad word because then it seems like I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that.
I mean, that's what you're saying. And that's okay. I'm not attacking
Well,
it.
but see, that's why it's a tough bit, because that's not the point of the bit, and that's how it's coming off. It's not that like I don't give a fuck about what happened. I don't give a fuck about what they did.
Right.
I just think it's weird to be like you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's a weird thing to me. I don't think about that.
So you don't want to seem like you don't care, but you also don't want to seem like you're guilty.
I'm not guilty at all.
Exactly.
Why should I be? I didn't do anything.
No, that's fine.
What could I do to change
So you
that?
don't want to be guilty, and you don't want to say you want to be sympathetic, is what it sounds like.
I don't want to be nothing. I want to talk about it because it's a very unique concept to America. But I might not be good at stand up enough yet to do that. I might not be able to pull that off. And if I can, it's fine. I'll pull it out and I'll shelf it. But yesterday it came off exactly like that. You're like, oh, so you just don't care.
And I'm not saying it. I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, it would be tough to tell a group of people, it's not that I don't care, it's that I'm not guilty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's tough.
Yeah, I know.
But I think as an outsider, it could help you.
So one of the things that I said yesterday, and this part I do like, is that like when it comes to the Trail of Tears, is like you guys act like you're the only country that got rid of your natives.
Right.
Like there's no country in the world that like you walk out of your house and there's a guy like hunting a buffalo. Oh shit, he's still here.
Yeah.
You're like, no, they're all gone. It's
They're all
like,
dead.
and I don't know, man. It's like I think people have a hard time understanding too. Like, so I think why guilt comes from this, and I might be wrong. It's just this is me trying to understand it as a foreigner.
Okay.
I think why guilt stems from the fact that like you look at people now and you're like, oh my God, how in the world was my great-great-grandfather able to do that? That's horrible. I'm so fucking sorry. That's how you look at it now, because you're a person and a black person is a person how they always been, and everybody's people. But back then, it's like, bro, the natives were killing each other a lot and raping and killing and torturing. And then the Europeans get here and they're like, oh, okay, what are these people? And then they start kind of looking at each other weird. And it's like, whoever's going to kill each other first, put it to you this way. If the Europeans were like soft people.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're saying we traded a terrible race, a terrible person for a terrible one, but just slightly better.
The thing is, if the natives had
evils.
the same amount of technology as Europeans, it would have just been a war.
Yeah.
As opposed to like slaughter.
But the lesser of two evils won, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying both of them are evil as fuck. That's just humans. Just the Europeans had more weapons.
True. Because
Lesser of two evils one is crazy to say.
It is, but the reason why I said it is because I had some backlash. I did this video where I was talking about people from Mexico, like the Aztecs, and how they all died. And I was like, that happened a long time ago and all that. And other people in the comments were saying, well, I don't know why we should sympathize with the death of the Aztecs, because they were terrible. They were slaughtering kids and chopping heads off and hauling them down pyramid steps.
Yeah, it was their culture.
And that was culture for them, and that was normal. And people are like, oh my God, sympathy for these terrible people doing these terrible rituals. And the Europeans weren't much better. They were also doing terrible things. But I think, this is where I'm going to take the big leap, I would say that the European culture was slightly less insane than what was going on in the Aztec culture.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying because of the sacrifices and the...
Yeah, they were completely backward at that time. It was insane.
No, it is, but you also got to think like that's their religion, you know? Like
yeah, but that doesn't excuse anything.
No, but I'm not saying it's excuses, but it's not that they're like barbaric people. They're just their belief. They had like cities with cobblestones and like tall edifications and stuff. It's just that like...
And their beliefs were wrong.
Their beliefs are crazy. Their beliefs are insane.
Yeah.
But like, it's like you can't say... I think people have this notion that like the Europeans get here and they were like this really advanced society. Like, dude...
No, they weren't.
Men have been men. And when I say men, Portuguese, we have this... We say homem. Homem, which means like the man, but it's like human race. Right? Homem, like the man means human race. It's not just men.
Yeah.
The man has been horrific since the dawn of time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like this clash of cultures, there was no way in hell that it was going to be like, hi.
It was never going to be peaceful.
Here's our stuff. Can I see your stuff? No, it's like, oh, this guy looks different than me.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a person. That's how we used to think.
So then back to the thing. Why is it that America is more guilty about this?
I don't know.
What's going on here?
I don't know. I think, dude, I don't know, man. It's a very interesting concept to me. I'm trying to think of some. Maybe because you guys have so much money here and you guys are such a powerful country that you feel like you need to feel bad for something because things go so well here. I don't know. Then this is just me brainstorming. I have no idea. I'm not basing this thought on any information whatsoever. This is just me trying to find a reason for that. Because again, if I go to Brazil right now and I sit my friends down and I go, do you guys know what white guilt is? They go, what the fuck is that? And I'll explain it. They'll be like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Not that like they don't give a fuck about any of that, but
again,
it's like,
they're sympathetic. They're just not guilty.
Yeah, feeling guilt is crazy.
Feeling guilt is crazy.
The word guilt is crazy. Guilt is like I push somebody, then I'm like, I feel bad.
I wasn't there. Yeah.
Wasn't there. I don't fucking know anybody that did that stuff.
Yeah. The argument I can hear, and if this is my sister talking, if she was here, what she would say is, we are reaping the benefits of that blood.
100%.
And because of that, we should acknowledge.
There's that side.
You know what I'm saying?
There's that side. That side is huge. Yeah, there's that side.
Because we're reaping the benefits, we should acknowledge that, and we should. And
Holy
we should
shit,
be,
that's a tough subject, dude.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't even know if I should be joking about it because I haven't found it funny yet in the way that I want to find it.
I think it is. It's interesting that you're picking on this idea as someone that is Brazilian and being like, yeah, here, I'm an outsider, and this is something that you guys think a lot about. And in Brazil, nobody talks about it. Whenever I go there, nobody talks about it.
You know what I think it is because, I don't know. I think because in Brazil, you either you got a lot of money or you're really poor.
Right.
And like the bulk of the population is like kind of not the bulk of the population, but there's a lot of people that are in the middle.
Yeah.
And here I feel like you have like a lot of people in all the levels. You know what I'm saying? So you can clearly see like how much you can scale and move up in life. You know?
I agree.
So I guess it does feel weird when like you see so many people with a lot of money and you see like, just from your history, you see like a lot of black people that don't have a lot, and you're like, oh shit, that stems from way back.
Yeah.
And when we're back home, we're like, oh, we're all kind of, black people have a way harder time, but like we're all not doing too great. You know what I'm saying? We're all trying to get somewhere.
I feel like the gap in Brazil is a lot wider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Brazil, it's like, obviously, if anywhere in the world, if you're white, you don't deal with a lot of shit that other people have to deal with, but you're also not like thriving as a white person, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I think it's because, but then, man, I'm speaking for my sister again.
And also, I hope I'm not coming off bad because I did come off bad yesterday.
No, I think I understand where you're at. You're basically saying why are we feeling guilty? And even when I said like understanding that we're reaping the benefits, that's still just sympathy. It's not guilt. I still think guilt should not be a part of the equation.
You know where that bit started?
Yeah.
Like I said something about like this comic before me was joking about white guilt on a show.
Yeah.
And then I went up and I did the white privilege thing and it went over so well. Like we're all having a great time that I was like, also like that white guilt that he was talking about, that doesn't exist outside of here. Do you guys know that? And people were kind of looking at me and I was like, and I just told a story that like one time I was walking down the street here in Austin and the Black Israelites were out.
Oh, yeah.
And this white couple was in front of me and this guy has a megaphone and he looks at the lady and he goes, your ancestors probably own mine. And there was a couple, it was like they're probably in their 40s and the lady literally goes like, and like hugs the husband and the husband's like this. And I'm like right behind him, I was like, that's fucking weird. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you looked at me and it was like, did you know your ancestor was a pirate? So I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like
you wouldn't be affected. Well,
No.
I think she was more cringing at the obvious aggression that was placed on her.
I don't know, man.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
If one of my ancestors was a bad like slave owner, like, and you showed me all that stuff, I'd be like, oh fuck. But
I would feel bad.
Of course, I would feel
I
bad.
would feel bad.
But I don't know if I'd be like.
But I'm not giving you any money.
When I put it that way, I guess.
You know what I mean? Like I would feel bad, but Nah, that's my money, bro.
Okay, but it's okay. So, but where do we go from here? My ancestor was a really let's think of this scenario. My ancestor was a horrible guy. He owned slaves, had a plantation.
Yeah.
And then you show me all this information. I feel really bad. Where do I go from here?
Do you give him money?
Yeah,
If you okay, here's an even better one. Your ancestors owned plantations and slaves, and then you can easily trace. Dog, he's running into that. You can easily find another family, a black slave family. They come to you and they say,
we used to own.
and they're like, my ancestors were owned by yours, and I am a poor person. I'm starving. Do you give them money? Are you giving reparations?
Dude,
see, now I feel guilty. I feel guilt.
If it's that 101 level and you have like clear names and you like clearly see.
You brought that shit mathematically. You have resources.
My problem is when you like make it broad as fuck to everybody. Because I don't think like not necessarily every single white person.
But what's the line?
That's a tough line.
You know what I mean? What's the line? If I found out my ancestor had slaves, but I didn't know which family, is that enough? You know what I mean? Is that enough guilt for me to be like, okay, I'm going to give money to just like overall?
Okay, but Eric, how do we...
Yeah.
But how do we measure that? Because the only reason why we're measuring that is because we're still... like you said, there's still people that quote unquote reaping benefits, and there's still people that are suffering consequences. But like, if you go back far enough, would you have done that in Rome? Like, if your ancestor was a barbarian or like a German tribe or like a Nordic tribe, and the Romans came and obliterated you.
No, the question is, does it matter what they would have done then?
No, but I'm asking you.
Right.
And then those people got fucking obliterated and the Romans are rich as fuck. Would you say that to the Romans too, way back?
Would I be like, I prove that your Roman ancestor enslaved? Like,
yeah, guess what? Your
that?
Roman ancestor burned my ancestor's village, so my ancestor had to be a shoe shiner in Rome.
I guess it's possible. It's possible.
But yeah, but when does that stop?
Because it comes down to, well...
I think what it needs to be, and this is just
when
like...
does it... Again, what's the line?
First of all, to me... It always been, because racism is a very weird thing to me.
Yeah.
Because I tan. You guys don't tan. So like
I tan pretty good.
Yeah. So
I'm a Brazilian man myself.
Coming here and like when I came here super young. I came in when I was 16, so I had no maturity to understand what racism was to a black person.
Right.
Like I had black friends, but I can't understand what they go through.
I gotta interrupt you. In Brazil, I mean, you clearly notice a racism there. Like it's alive and well in Brazil
it's
as
alive
well.
and well. It's doing just fine.
Yeah.
But my point is, when I'm home, I'm a white person, right? So when I come here, all of a sudden I'm getting called like Hispanic and Latino because I was in Florida, so I'm tanning. But when I'm in Rio, dude, in the winter, that there's no sun, kind of like we'll go like couple of weeks with rain, and like I was a really nerdy kid, so I'd be at home gaming and stuff. I would get pale, like I would get like Roman white, you know, like
yeah.
To everybody that's listening, our buddy Roman, who's a very white guy from Wisconsin.
Yeah. I thought you meant Roman, like callback to
no,
the Roman Empire.
Roman, our buddy Roman. Like I'd get as white as Roman.
Yeah.
So when I got here and people were calling me like, "Oh, you're Hispanic, you're Latino," I'm like, that's so strange, dude, because you're judging me based on like a shade of color that I got because of the sun. So
that's, you know what's hilarious about that is that you're upset that you're not white anymore.
Oh, when I come here? Oh, 100%.
You're like, come on, I was top of the food chain, and now people are calling me Hispanic.
That's the whole bit. That's the whole bit.
That's funny.
But racism is a very strange thing to judge somebody in the color of their skin.
Yeah.
But it happened, and it still happens. You know why?
Yeah, because when I go to Brazil, I'm super white.
Yeah.
I'm like the mega white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are whiter in America because you don't... Maybe you do because you have parents, but like the people that don't tan, that they just get red, that's a different kind of white.
That's super white.
That's the gringo. We're like, oh shit, that's a fucking...
I get a little bit tan. I can tan it up. My dad, though, is like, he's straight up Irish.
Yeah, but I don't know. These are all hard and interesting concepts.
Yeah.
And like you know this because you do stand-up, it's like it never comes from a place of aggression or something. You're just trying to explore a concept because you think there's something there.
Yeah.
And you're trying to bring a laugh to something, not because you want to diminish it or put it down, but you're trying to bring a laugh to something that's hard and to try to make it feel a little bit better. Like a perfect example is like when my uncle killed himself, dude. Like there's two stand-up bits that made me feel a lot better about it. Like Norm Macdonald's bit about suicide and Louis' bit about suicide. like allowed me to laugh because I was so fucking hurt.
Right.
So like, I don't know. I feel like subjects like that, when you're like trying to be offensive and like trying to fucking just be offensive just because you can.
Right.
I think that's super stupid and that's idiotic. But
Yeah.
if you see something like this is an interesting concept, maybe there's something funny here.
Right.
It's different. But sometimes you miss. You know.
But yeah, so you missed the other day.
Oh my god, I missed yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was bad. And
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, like having people look at me and I could feel it that they felt like I was that actual racist. I was like, oh my god. It's like
Yeah,
I
it
was up
sucks.
until like 3 a.m. Like fuck.
That sucks.
Oh god, dude.
That sucks.
It sucks because
You gonna try it again?
Yeah, of course I'm gonna try it again. I have to.
Yeah, I'm getting back in there.
Of course I'm getting back in there.
That's cool.
Well, yeah, sorry, kind of hijacked the
No, you didn't hijack
conversation.
anything. That's it. That's the meat and potatoes of this.
meat and potatoes.
Is we're talking
That's
about.
such a funny saying too. Just meat and potatoes.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I don't know. I definitely felt how, in a this big of a scale, like how crazy it is to like for these people that get canceled for that. Like, fuck, they were trying to be funny, and now the whole world is calling them racist. Like that's gotta suck, dude.
Well, Kramer was trying to be funny.
No, Kramer's just racist. No, he wasn't. You know why I know? How he said it.
Yeah, that was hateful as hell.
Yeah, we can. We can jump back now.
Yeah.
Because I do think it's funny because me and my friend talk about that a lot. The Kramer thing.
Yeah.
Dude, Kramer thing. Like he's like, I was just in the bid. It's like, nah, bro, you said some crazy ass shit.
You can't be saying that with
Like-
that kind of hate in your eyes.
No, and that word, dude, and when he's like pointing at him and stuff and saying it is like, oh no, you
Not
were
good.
you were just a bottled racist.
Yeah, it's not good at all. That's tough. I mean, the freedom to say what we want to say is part of the whole thing. The
It
whole
is.
thing is stand up. That's
It
why
is.
some people, you can't do. There was a Russian guy I was talking to the other day, and he was talking about how we can't do anything in Russia for stand up, like anything that has any substance, any kind of meat on it. He just has to stay away from it because he's like, yeah, I fear for my fucking life when I do stand up in Russia.
Yeah, no, Brazil's not that dangerous, but people get sued. People get prison or like warrants for their arrest and stuff just for jokes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We had a guy, Leo Lins was a guy that's a big comic back home that he got fucking fined like crazy and they wanted him in jail. He didn't go to jail, but like, yeah, he was like, he had shows canceled. He had some towns that ran him out of town and he also had towns that sold the fuck out and everybody wanted to watch it.
That reminds me of like Ben Bankus. He's
Yeah,
another
but
one.
then the problem with that is that at least for those guys, but I mean, fuck it, they're making money. Is that like now you have to be that guy? Like if I go to your show and you're talking about anything that's not like
Yeah, that's true.
political or like tough, then I'm like, oh,
It's like what happened to Matt Rife too.
with
You
the
know?
crowd work thing.
Yeah, well, before the crowd, when he did his actual hour like on Netflix,
Yeah.
and he was just roasting women the whole time, and it's like, bro, that's your audience, that's who
Yeah.
you're bringing in is women. That's who shows up. And I
Well-
think you know what I mean. He just didn't recognize because he came up so fast. He didn't recognize like, oh, I can't just shit on my base.
Oh, did he not do well? I didn't watch that special.
No, he took it off. Like the special,
Really?
it was right. So he got famous off the crowd work clips, and then he did an hour special and he bombed. And it was him like shitting on women the whole time.
Dude, the thing with Matt Rife is like Matt Rife is a very fucking talented and
no, he's
funny guy.
incredibly funny.
I watched him live in Florida. I'm like, holy shit, I was dying. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
he's fucking good. But in that special, I think he didn't recognize yet that his base was women. Like that's who's going to those shows.
And it's also tough to come up like that, like off a crowd work clip, which he's really good at, and
Yeah.
then people go to see your show and they're expecting it, and now you're doing stand up. Like, because dude, if you're expecting crowd work, like, dude,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard in my life regarding comedy. This guy tells me like, yeah, man, when I'm in these shows and these guys are just like off the upper of their heads, like riffing with the crowd and stuff, like that to me is so much more impressive than like the stuff, the material. I'm like,
Yeah.
do you know how fucking hard it is to write a joke?
Yeah, it's tough.
Do you know how fucking hard it is to write a piece of material that works? But people think that crowd work off the top is so much harder. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm a great crowd work comic because I'm not. But like, if I'm up on stage and people are like shouting stuff at me, your brain helps you out very fast to like kind of bat it back at them and get a laugh. If you're trying to sit down and come up with something funny, it's way harder.
Yeah. I think both of them can be hard. I would say that definitely the pendulum is on the other side. Like if you're writing and doing material, I think that's harder for sure.
None of them are easy.
None of them are easy.
No.
No. That is the thing. None of them are easy.
No.
Like all the crowd work guys I respect. It's like, yeah, that's still fucking hard. And they probably do right.
If you
they
tell me-
probably are like, oh, if I have like this happen, then I go into this.
If you
know
tell
what I mean?
me, go up on stage right now and do 3 minutes, which is like nothing. Do 3 minutes with no material. Just do crowd work. I'm going to bomb my ass off.
I did that today at Creek. It went pretty good. I was like, all right.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
I'm a
Good
crowd
for you.
work guy. But no, but
We just crowd work in the comics?
there was like a couple of people in there that were outsiders, but most of them are just like new comics. And, just talked about what was going on in the show
room.
before
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just kind of was leaning on that and kind of adding some other stuff from there. But it went well.
Well,
I
but
was
even
like,
that, you were pulling from something. I mean, like,
Exactly.
go up there with
Naked.
nothing and just look at the people and go like, what's up? And,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
get and do a good set off of that. I
It's
can't
tough.
do that.
It's tough. Yeah, that's tough. But I respect a well-written joke. I think if you
Oh,
go
yeah.
up there and you're like, this is just an idea, it's immediately like, oh,
Dude.
I love that.
If you can go up there and make me laugh talking about suicide or rape, like Louis has some rape jokes, or
Mm-hmm.
fucking something really hard, and you can make me laugh, I admire the fuck out of that. Or
That's the toughest, though.
yeah. Or if you can, it doesn't have to be like that. Or if you go up there and you just say something, like Mitch has a bunch of those, that you say something, you're like, oh my fucking, I never thought of that.
Nobody
it's so,
ever thought
it's so
of that.
silly. That's funny.
Yeah.
Like Louis has one in his new thing that hasn't come out yet, that he's like he's talking about his balls, and is like, they're talking about how his
Oh,
balls.
ball torture?
Not the ball tortures thing. That one's good too.
That
But
one
the one
was
that he's
funny.
like, not once in my life has I thought, oh great, I'll use my balls for this.
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker, that's so true.
He did that one, and then he had one about the jury duty. I thought was so funny.
What was the jury duty one again?
So good. He was like, he's like, if you don't, they say if you don't answer your jury summons, then they'll take you to jail. And he goes, but you know what they need to do? They need to do a trial. They're going to have to do a trial for someone that's dodging jury duty.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get a jury. And those people are probably going to agree with me. Because he's like, yeah, why the fuck would I didn't want to be here either.
I remember that joke, but also obviously he's doing it as a bit. But in real life, if that happened, the jury would be like, "You motherfucker! I didn't want to be here either.
It's
I'm
true.
here."
It is
It would be the
true.
total opposite. They'd be like,
It would be the
Guess
opposite.
what, buddy? I fucking showed up. Fuck you,
It is true. They'd be like, fuck this
you
guy.
lazy fuck. I'm here.
I woke up at 6 a.m. and came to the courthouse, and you couldn't do that? Piece
But
of shit.
if you're charismatic enough on that stand, you might get some people to go like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
like, I didn't want to be here either."
I did like that one. There was another one, though, that I thought was...
We're just like spamming his. Like, how many people watch this?
I
stuff?
know, it's not going to be anything crazy. This is mostly a clip farm. What was I saying? Other Louis bits. I forgot. But I saw him here at the Moody Center. Did you see him here?
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's the man.
He's very good.
But anyways, let me ask you something. How often do you go to Brazil?
I'm going in January.
Nice.
22nd. I go every year.
Where do you go?
Campinas.
Campinas. Where's Campinas again? São Paulo, no?
São Paulo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Campinas.
Gonna be there for 2 years. 2 years. 2 months. No, 2 months. 2 weeks. There we go.
Holy shit. He went all the way
Went
down.
all the way down. Yeah, 2 weeks, and should be fine.
No, 2 days.
Yeah, no,
I'll be there for 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, there we go. Just get a flight immediately when I land. Fuck, this was fun.
Just poke your head out the airport. All right.
Woo, all right. No, that's yeah.
2 weeks is a good time to be in Brazil. Sometimes
time.
people tell me like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Rio for like 4 days." I'm like, "That's stupid.
Yeah,
That's stupid, dude. You're not gonna see anything."
you won't see anything. Rio is. I honestly don't really like going to Rio. Is that crazy? I just feel like it's too crazy out there. The beach is nice, but I'd rather go to a nice beach somewhere else.
How do you feel when you're down there? Like when you say crazy, what do you mean by that? Is just like the crowds, or just
Well, Rio's
feel
also like super gay, which is one thing. It's just the crowds. There are certain.
you said gay?
Yeah, there's like a lot of gay movements going on in Rio.
Well, it's a very, 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 very liberal city.
Very liberal. True.
And
And I'm
it's-
not saying that's the reason why I don't like it. That's not what I'm saying.
Yes, he is. Remember all that? Remember all that white guilt stuff I was talking about? It's
Maybe I
nothing
am
compared to
saying
that.
I'm not, I just think that Rio is it's so kind of like the classic place that someone goes to Brazil, and it's like, all right. I mean, there's other places.
There is other places in Brazil. Like if you go towards the middle, it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
The middle is beautiful. The Amazon's beautiful. But even like, so a lot of people know Rio, São Paulo, like Bahia up north, but the Amazon. But the middle, man, like Pantanal. Pantanal is fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
Mato Grosso is beautiful.
I've been to Mato Grosso.
Mato Grosso is beautiful.
Yeah.
All of that. But yeah, man, Rio's cool. I grew up there, but it's just one of those things. It is like I feel it because I don't feel this here in America. So I've always felt it in Brazil. And then when I came to America, I don't feel it anymore. Rio's just chaotic.
That's what it is.
Like,
it's chaos.
You know what I'm saying? It's just chaos. You're in traffic. And there's like, dude, there's like a giant bus cutting people off. There's motorcycles going through the cars. There's a guy selling cookies in the middle of traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much going on.
It's a lot. And it's all centralized right in that, right on the beach. And it's just like, God damn. And then, I don't know. It's just too much. Sao Paulo is not much better either.
No, Sao Paulo is way more crowded.
It's fucking huge. Yeah. And but I mean, the places I really like are like, you know, little towns on the side of the beach that aren't as crowded. That's where I'm like, okay, this is what I like.
You ever seen those zombie movies where like they're like there's like two headquarters and they're like in between the headquarters is just the zombies and shit, and then when they get to the place they kind of breathe and like, we made it. That's how sometimes it feels when you're in the street in Rio.
Yeah.
And then you get to where you're gonna go and it's like, okay, this is cool. But when you're back out on the street, like, all right, I need to be alert. I need to like
be alert. Yeah.
You feel it, man.
Yeah. And it can be dangerous too. That's the other thing. Is like I've never seen more insane crime than I have in South America, where I'm just like, I can't even believe that just fucking happened in front of me. But like there is some things like that happen, and I'm like, that's wild.
There's a video, and there's a video of a guy. This is we can pull this up at some point after this.
Yeah.
It's a guy, and this little chubby guy. He's got a bulletproof vest on, and somebody got shot in a favela like far away from Rio, I think. And he's like, he's him and the camera guy, and he's like, you ready? We're here with exclusivity. Somebody just got shot right there. The ambulance is not here yet. With exclusivity, you see him right there. He's gasping for air, and the camera pans over, and the guy's just like on the ground like this.
Yeah.
And there's some people talking. And as the guy's talking about it, the dude who shot him walks by and like finishes him off.
Oh my God.
And immediately the camera just like turns away and starts running.
Yeah.
And then you hear the fat guy like, oh my God. Oh yeah, and they turn back and the guy's like running.
Exclusivity.
And they get they get to the end of the street. I swear to God, they get to the end of the street and the guy's like, she's going to fucking kill them. With exclusivity, I'm like, that's fucking nuts. That's nuts. That's the news. That is in the news, and that's an actual news piece. And it's
that's
like
crazy.
We have this saying back home that's like only in Brazil. It's like shit like that, or like you will see like, dude, we had like an Uber driver with no legs that he was driving with a broomstick, and then the police the police stopped him, and it was in the news. It's like today we found out that like I don't fucking know what I'm saying, like Rodrigo da Silva de Souza was driving with no legs using a broomstick. When questioned, he said, I gotta make my money. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Florida Man, but like a country.
Yeah, it really is.
Another one that you guys this is actually something I have noticed that we don't do here, but Brazilians have a lot in their culture, is the emphasis on the chifrudo.
Chifrudo? Oh, like
the deer horns and shit?
Chifrudo, you mean like when you get cheated on?
Yeah, but like it's like a huge piece of
media.
You
don't have a word for that here.
You don't really. We have cuckold.
Yeah, but cuckold doesn't have the same weight.
It doesn't have the same weight. See, that's the thing. Because I remember when we moved to Austin, we bought the Longhorn hats, and our cousins were like, "We don't want to wear that." And I was like, "Yo, that's crazy."
Wait,
dude.
is it just the hat with the Longhorn head?
Yeah, just like the Longhorn head with the horns.
But they have horns coming out of the hat?
No. It just had the thing with the Longhorn.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, but I was like...
No, I wouldn't look at that in Brazil and be like, you got cheated on. Like,
right.
If you're wearing a hat with horns, then I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, but here you could wear a hat with horns and everyone's like, all right, something festive.
Yeah,
Christmas.
but I think the horn... It gets associated with that you've been cheated on. But I would say like the cheated on thing back home is really big. Like people, it's a huge deal if you got cheated on. You know, it's a big story. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a big word like corno. Like fucking corno is something that like Like, I'll never see a guy in a bar here being like, you fucking cuckold.
Right.
It's a weird thing to say.
It wouldn't really hit.
Yeah, but if you say corno to somebody, like, that's the shit that you say if you're trying to get in a fight. Tomar no cu, corno do caralho. What the fuck did you just say?
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a fighting thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. There's not really much of that here.
There's not a big emphasis on that. And the other one I was thinking, I remember seeing prank shows in Brazil.
Oh yeah, fucking nuts.
The prank shows in Brazil are crazy,
fucking nuts.
dude.
Dude, they'll fucking do something like, bro, they had one like, they had one that was like, let me know if I'm messing this up too.
You're fine.
They had this guy, it was like, they told him there was a job opening at a cemetery. So they go, there's a job opening as a cemetery.
I've seen this.
Bro,
Continue.
the graves start to like shake, and the grave in the end, the cross goes upside down, and the nun comes out, and the guy's like,
crazy.
It's like, dude, this is not okay to do to a person.
Okay, dude. There was one I saw of a guy walks into an elevator in a full beekeeper outfit.
Oh yeah,
And he had
throws the
boxes,
bees. Yeah.
and then he drops them, and he's like, "Oh my god, they're out!" And the lady's like covering her eyes, and he's like yelling, "Cover your eyes, cover your
He
eyes!"
just throws confetti at him.
And,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's stabbing her with a needle.
Oh, I didn't see that
Dude,
one.
he's hitting her with a needle.
I didn't see that one. I saw the confetti one that he's like throwing confetti at him. Oh yeah, that's right. And he does pull out a
He
fucking
pulls
thing.
out a needle, and he's fucking hitting her with it.
No, it's
So
literally,
nuts.
and it's funny because it will be on like a cable show TV, and it's like you traumatizing a person, and we're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
See, you guys would sue people for jokes, but that I feel like that nobody's getting sued.
oh
on
no,
that.
we sue people for like ideology things and like like anything about gay people, like homophobic things or like racial things. Like we don't. But that's a good point. And then you do a show that you traumatize a guy for the rest of his life. And that's fine. That's funny.
That's fine. Yeah, we're not going to sue that guy.
That's funny. Come on, have a sense of humor.
Because if you did that in the United States, you're getting sued for 100%.
Sure. There's one that's like old. That's like a wax museum prank.
Yeah.
And like the lady's like, let's say Pocahontas. I don't know, like 'cause it's like historical Brazilian figure that I forget the name.
Yeah.
But let's say it's like a big historical figure, like Pocahontas. What is she? Is she historical? Or am I making this up?
Pocahontas? Yeah, she's
Pocahontas real?
Yeah,
She's real,
history.
right?
Yeah, she was real.
big
a
historical
person.
figure, like Aladdin. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like the Hulk.
So like she's like it's like Pocahontas made out of wax, and this like girl, she's like young, like probably 21. She goes, "Mom, I think she blinked," and Mom's like, stop, girl, she didn't blink." And she goes, "I think she blinked, Mom." And then the Pocahontas go like this, and the girl passes out immediately. Boom, straight to the ground, hits her head, and then Pocahontas is like, "Come here, come here!" Like the camera guys are coming. It's like, yeah, that's
Exclusivity.
exclusivity. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Exclusivity. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they don't
dude.
give a fuck, and certain things they're just like, fuck it, we ball.
South America does not give a fuck about
Dude.
pranks, dude.
Yeah, another one is drinking and driving. I feel like there you could just drink in your car and they don't give a shit.
No, Brazil cracked down on that.
Really?
Brazil cracked down on that. We got a thing called Lei Seca, which is like dry law. And yeah, those guys do a good job, man.
Yeah, I remember in Campinas at least, what happened was a lot of my cousins when they're driving, they knew where all of the scanners are for like speed scanners. So everyone's like, if there's one here, there's one a mile up, and there's one over there. So people will just drive insane until they get to the scanner,
stop, yeah.
and then they get all slow, and then they go because there's not a lot of cops driving around on the roads like there are here. I feel like there's a lot more cops on the road just driving.
Oh yeah, here and in South America, they don't really give a fuck about speeding too much. Like it's more like driving reckless, maybe.
But they drive better than we do for sure.
Oh, South Americans?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because people will be on like the right lane, driving slow, and if they're on this lane, they only use it to pass. That's it. They're so good at being like, this is the passing lane.
Well, but also because driving back home is harder. Like driving here is like.
You think it's easier?
Well, driving here is like, you know, when you get in your license and like you have to do like the little course.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's driving in roads here is. I'm not like the people drive bad, whatever, but dude, back home is just chaos. There's no rules. Like the lines on the road is just like, nobody follows that. Like the amount of times you see a guy just like on the line. So there's the right lane, there's the left lane, there's the line. The guy's on the line. Like with his arm out of the car, doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The lines are just like a formality. You know what I'm saying? Nobody uses them. People go on the sidewalk sometimes. It's like, so yeah, you got to be a fucking crazy good driver because nobody respects anything.
Yeah. The other thing is they run the lights, the red light. Like
Yeah,
at night.
Stop sign is not a thing.
Yeah.
We call it the Brazilian stop. Like,
Yeah.
you don't.
I have a little bit of that in me. Sometimes if I get a red light out here, I'm like, I'm fucking running it.
No, but a stop sign is
Yeah.
the least respected sign in the whole country. Like, that's not a. Nobody respects that. The stop sign is like, hey, just be mindful. That's what that means.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
It's
stop.
a yield. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a yield. Exactly.
Yeah.
My dad got chewed out in California.
Oh,
you know Carmel?
No.
Carmel is like a tiny town in California that Clint Eastwood was the mayor for a while.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So my dad is coming down and he like, so there's a stop sign, then a stop sign, a residential area. So first stop sign, my dad like just like, Brazilian stop, keeps going. And then the second one, he's about to do that. And this old guy was about to cross and the guy literally smacks him on the hood and goes, stop, means stop. And my dad's like, oh my God, I'm sorry, dude. Like, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, it says on the sign.
Says stop. Yeah.
It's not a suggestion.
Yeah, we don't fuck around with stop signs here.
You know a Brazilian way? You ever heard that? Brazilian way?
Jeitinho.
Jeitinho brasileiro.
Yeah.
Jeitinho brasileiro is, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's like, come on. Yeah.
Or if
My mom does that whenever she steals something at Ross.
Oh, really? She'd be stealing? Yeah.
She's like, Jeitinho. I'm like, I don't know if that's what they meant.
Yeah, that's just a crime.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'll tell a crazy story about that. My physical therapist in college was a really good-looking girl, and one time she's talking to me, and like I'm getting taped or something, and she's talking to me, and she's like, Brazilians are crazy. Like, you guys are really crazy. And I was like, yeah, why? She goes, I was in like an Airbnb with these Brazilian guys, and like I woke up in the middle of the night, they were like in my bed, like kissing me. Like, you guys are crazy. And I was like, that's not Brazilian.
That's not Brazilian.
That's a crime. That's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts.
She's like, no, it's just your culture. I'm like, no, it's not my fucking culture. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's nuts. One thing I love the way that Brazilians do is you guys party.
Yeah, you know what I like
way.
about our like nightclub life? Like, there's a thing here, like kissing a girl at a bar here is like,
It's
whoa.
not a big. It's a
You know what I'm
big red
saying?
flag.
Like-
but over there, it's just like whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're making out in a bar here, like everybody's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
they're making out, and even the girl is like, what? I just met you. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's why we're out here. To be honest, let's be honest. Let's be frank.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a big difference for sure. Is the
I'm not
amount
saying
of
like go
yeah.
up to a fucking random girl and grab her. I'm saying like you're both flirting with each other for hours, and then like you're trying to make a move, and she's like, "Whoa!" It's
Yeah.
like, dude, I am here to meet girls. That's why I
Yeah.
came out. That's why I dressed up and came out.
Yeah.
Back home is not. It's like, yeah, we know this.
It just that was a huge shock for me because I was also a nerdy little white kid. So when I came from here to go to there, and my cousin was like, "Let's go to the bars," and I was just like, "These people are just making out with each other," and I was like, "That would never happen in the United States."
It's just different. It's different.
It's just different.
It's a different
It's
culture.
just a different
And
culture.
a lot of times, Eric, that doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't,
You make out with them, you get their
and they'd
number.
be like, "I didn't really like that guy."
Yeah. They change their mind the next day, or you change your mind.
Right. I feel like here though, if you're making out, it looks like it might go all the way. That's the experience I've had with the United States. In Brazil, it seems like, is that crazy?
I've seen, dude. I've myself been in situations in Brazil that I'm like, afterward, like, you know, as a guy, like when you're having sex or like you're where you're horny, like you don't think.
Right.
I've had situations in clubs that like I'm making out of a girl and she's literally like grabbing my dick over my pants in the dance floor, and she's like, "Get my number," and I get her number. She walks away, and I'm like, I just come back. I'm like, "Whoa, Jesus, what the fuck was that?" Like,
And
I'm looking around, like, I'm
she's
sorry.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine like in America, you get kicked out of the bar for that.
Yeah.
In Brazil, I'm not saying it's like we're openly doing it, but like I think if a security guard saw it, he'd be like, "I'll give him a second." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give him a second to see if he's gonna keep doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. Also, like just drinking age too. You guys are much more mature about like how
Bro, if you walk into a bar, depending on the bar, not every bar's like that, but if you walk into a bar at 12 years old and you're like, "I'm buying a beer for my dad," they're like, "All right."
yeah, they don't care.
Like, yeah, my dad just get like, if you like, my dad gave me cash to buy him a beer. My dad did that with me when I was like, I think 13 or 14. He's like, "Hey, go down," because we used to have this bar like right underneath my apartment. He's like, "Go down there." I guess I'm like, "I'm a minor," because just tell me it's for me, because they knew us. So
Right.
I would walk in the bar and I go, "Hey, I'm buying it for my dad." I go, "Yeah, Pedro, there you go."
Yeah. Yeah. You could never do that here.
No.
Yeah, it's the 20s. They fucked us in the 1920s.
Oh, the prohibition and stuff.
Yeah, all that shit. A bunch of mothers got MADD'd.
What is that?
There was like a bunch of there was a famous kid who died in a drunk driving accident in the 20s, like right when cars came out, which was crazy. And
that was probably insane because like
it's like, was it the car or was it the drinking? Like,
well,
what?
100% was the drinking. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But that had to be crazy when cars came out because even to this day, like we're like, this is not dangerous. Especially when you didn't know what a car was.
You didn't even have an airbag or a seatbelt.
Oh no! All you had was like, that's all you got. Like you have nothing. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then apparently he died, and so his mom like started a whole organization of like stop drinking, like stop the age of drinking from being so young because my son is dead, and it really blew up. And
Well,
then
that's a good point, man.
And then that's when I think that coincided with women being like, "Hey, our husbands keep beating the shit out of us when they're drunk." Those two groups came together, banned it for a bit. That sucked for a while, and they were like, "All right, let's bring it back, but you got to be 21."
21 is crazy.
21 is insane.
18.
18 is
21 is nuts.
21 is good. I mean, not good. 21 is bad. 18 is good.
Yeah, 21 is crazy, bro. Like, what?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
It
Like,
makes no sense.
Why 21? Why in 3 years you got that much more mature? To be honest, to be frank, is that much of a difference from 18 to 21 when it comes to maturity?
I would argue yes, but not in the sense of alcohol. I think kids are going to be drinking anyway. So it's
Were
like,
you
let
that
them
much
do
more
it.
smarter at 21? I feel like at 23, I was a lot smarter than I was at 18. But like at 21,
So 3 years does matter.
damn it, you got me there.
Boom.
You got me there, folks.
But I think, I don't know. I think 21.
I hate when my brain works. 3 years is not a big deal.
But I think that 18, like, just get on the page of the rest of the world. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's just like it just makes sense. You can do everything else, or like
Metric
that,
system.
or renting the car. Well, the rent a car thing is because of insurance,
Right.
but yeah, but it's a good point, dude. That one clip that was one of the toughest things I've ever seen. Like that one guy who like went to Vietnam. Have you ever seen that? He's
Oh,
like,
when he fought in the war and he couldn't buy a beer when he came
yeah,
home.
that one's tough. He's like, I want to go back because over there I'm a man. I'm like, damn, dude,
That was hard.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck yeah, you're right. Like that makes no
Yeah.
sense. But also there is a thing that comes from having a horrific type of experience like that. I have
Yeah.
met kids in Brazil, like a little boy, that I'm like, oh no, you're a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a boy, you're a man.
Because they've experienced.
Yeah, man. I'm like trying to park my car, and I'm like he can tell that I'm like wondering if I can park there or not. And he just walks up and he's selling candy. He's hey, my man, you good there? They don't really fine you. They're gonna start fining you at like 3 p.m. You good? You good?
Oh, that's a 40-year-old right there.
And I'm like, thanks, man. I'm like, I'm looking for some coconut water. Oh yeah, that place out there, man. It's cold. It's ice cold. They make it fresh. Go over there. I'm like, you're like 10 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a grown man. I'm
He's a
I'm
grown
boy.
man.
I'm over here
Yeah.
like, can I park here? And he's like, yeah, you're good. You want me to watch it for you? He's like 10 years old.
That's so good. That is interesting. You got to fight in a war when you're young.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
something that we miss, dude. That's why we're all fucking soft, bro. We got to fight in a war. That would have been
War
nice.
is horrific, dude.
You don't think you would you, deep down, you wouldn't want to fight in a war?
Want to fight in a war is crazy.
World War II, you don't think that would have been good for you?
Want to fight in it? No. Did you ever seen a one doc?
Oh, yeah.
Every guy that made it out alive is by sheer luck, or you're just really skilled marksman and you have really good survival instincts. But it's like, you can be the fucking really prepared to get your head blown off.
To get in there on a cause that you believe in, there's something to that.
I'll tell you this.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you this. If a war goes down between Brazil and somebody, and it's a war fought with guns,
Yeah.
and my friends are dying, you can bet your fucking ass I'm going to enlist. I'm not going to say like, fuck yeah. I'm going to be probably scared as fuck.
Argentina.
I don't have a problem with Argentinas. I really don't.
Really? I do.
Why?
I think they are. I think they're the most pompous
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
in South America.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah, but who cares?
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
why I don't like them.
You know, but it's just one of those things. It's
It's
like,
like you invented tango. Who gives a shit, dude?
yeah, they have really good barbecue. I will dare
They have good barbecue.
I would dare to say that theirs is the best, honestly. And as a Brazilian, that's tough to say, but it's true. But also, I think like when you're just fabricating hates and rivalry, when you're like, well, they're really proud that you're right. But it's like, yeah, it's like when you have a friend that's loud when he drinks. It's like, yeah, that's him. You know, like I'm not saying it's a good thing.
No,
but
I'm
it's
not. You know, but every now and then I might be like, "Hey, dude, quiet down a bit.
100%. 100%.
Hey,
yeah.
man, maybe chill."
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not saying like death to Argentinians, but
You just did now.
well, I'm just saying if there were less of them. No, I'm joking. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, tone it
around.
down a bit. I do agree with that. Like, bro, I can't express to you how happy I was that Germany beat them that one year that they fucked us up.
Oh yeah.
Because dude, Eric, can you imagine if we got beat 7-1 and then they were world champions in Rio?
That would have been bad.
Oh my God, they would have never stopped talking about it forever.
That would have been bad. I mean, they already don't though. I was in Germany when we saw that game with my family.
Oh, sad.
We were into a bar and we were like, "Oh, we're Brazilians. We're here to watch the game."
I thought this. You want to hear something that never worked?
Yeah.
Also, that like I was like Germans are so efficient that like. They obviously they did the Holocaust and like, but they're so efficient that like once World War II was over, the world was like, all right, you can't do that anymore. It's like, cool, we'll just focus on sports. And then they beat the fuck out of Brazil, and we're like, damn it, dude, just kill a Jew or two before you play us if that's how you're gonna play us. Goddamn,
If that's what you need to get it out.
yeah,
like,
man, don't take it out on us.
Yeah.
That was so sad to us. Like I remember my mom
It
was
was
crying.
9/11. Yeah.
It was.
It was Brazil 9/11.
I never heard it say. That is funny. That is funny to say. That was our 9/11.
Yeah, dude.
Just please stop.
That's
Another one.
That's how I explain it to
Another
anybody.
one is coming now.
It's like, oh my God! Instead of 2 planes, it was 7.
Yeah, it's 7 planes. Are you gonna use that? Because if you're not, I might.
Oh my God, I might. That's fucking
funny.
hilarious, dude.
7. Imagine it's 9/11, but it was 7 planes.
7 planes.
And the buildings are already on the floor, and they just fucking keep coming.
Oh my God! You're just crashing
Yeah, crashing
into rubble.
into the debris. Yeah, the debris.
Oh my God!
I say we both take a shot at it, and then whoever pulls it off does it.
We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll split it.
I think we both contributed to it.
Holy fuck! That's funny.
Yeah, dude, it was bad.
Brazil 9/11.
You know that they what's it called? The coach asked them at halftime to take it easy,
Yeah.
and a lot of players were like pissed. They're like, "No, fuck that!" And the coach was like,
Yeah,
"Come on,
yeah.
like we already won."
Yeah. That game was tough. We had to leave the bar at like 4-1. We were like, we got to get out of here. This is not good.
What were German people going nuts?
Yeah, and we were like kind of talking a big game in the beginning.
Were you guys dressed like?
No, we weren't dressed. That would be crazy. But we were there like, yeah, we're Brazilians here to watch. Like we were telling people around us, and then when it started getting bad, we were like, let's just go.
So
Let's
there
just
was
get the
only
fuck out.
2 World Cups in Brazil. That was one, and then the other one was like I don't remember, like probably the 30s, maybe the 40s. I don't know. All I know is my probably butchered the date. My grandpa was in the Navy, and he's in the Navy and he's in this ship, and it's all Brazilians except for one guy from, I want to say, is it a Paraguay or Uruguay? I got to look this up. I forget. But let's say Paraguay. Everybody's Brazilian. There's one guy from Paraguay. And Brazil was playing Paraguay in the final in Rio. So everybody's like, you motherfucker. Like, you don't get fucking dog. Paraguay won 2-1.
Oh, no.
And my grandpa said, like, he felt so uncomfortable because the whole ship was like,
That's
and he's like,
crazy.
I'm sorry. Yes.
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 I've been to Paraguay. That's a sad country. I heard the history about what you guys did to Paraguay with Argentina and I think it was
let's not
Bolivia.
say what we did. They started it.
Tell me the story. Tell me the story.
No, they had I don't know a lot about that war. I just know that they had an empire and they wanted to expand like every empire does. So they just started invading countries. And I think they invaded Argentina and they invaded, I want to say Uruguay. And then Argentina and Uruguay were like, Brazil, we're about to like fight back. And like, listen, they were trying to like, they were planning on invading a part of Brazil. And Brazil was like, yeah, fuck yeah, we'll join. And we just obliterated them. Like the 3 of us obliterated them.
That's what I've heard. It was obliteration for sure.
Oh yeah, because that's the only time that ever happened in South America that they were trying to like invade other countries. So we wanted to make a point to be like, no, we're not doing that here.
Yeah. That's the only. Hold on, Mina, come here. Stop looking dumb over there. Come here. That's the only like massive like war that you guys have fought with each other down in South America, right?
Yeah, we participated on both world wars, but
That's true.
That was the only massive war in South America, just because of the casualties. A lot of people died. It was like legit. It was kind of like World War II in a sense of like marching all the way to a capital. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What year was that?
No, I have no idea. It's way back in the day.
Yeah, I was interested in that.
It was a war fought with swords and muskets, just to give you that sense.
Yeah, I think it was 18 something.
This is kind of sick. I remember I always remember this from school. Like I had a really good history teacher that he was to like, it was legit a set. It wasn't funny, but it was a set in a sense of like, it's like you're watching a stand-up that's not funny, but it's very interesting.
Right.
So like
I love history because it feels like that sometimes.
And he would prepare his classes, and he like sometimes he would walk through the aisles talking to us and stuff. He was the greatest history teacher I've ever had.
Right.
And he was talking about that war, and he said that like the conditions were crazy. And when they got to Paraguay, a lot of the war was fought in swamps. And he's like, there's reports from Brazilian soldiers that they used to drink their coffee like this, and then rip the flies out of their teeth. Because there's so many fucking flies in the swamp that they would drink their coffee like.
Oh, no.
Because there's so many fucking flies in the coffee that they would drink it like this and then just get the flies out.
Fuck, that's gross, dude.
Yeah, that's the type of war. It's a very dirty, fucking bloody war.
You don't want to be in that war, dude? You wouldn't want to fight in that war, you son of a bitch?
Saying like 1-2 is great, but I see what you mean. Dude, honestly, Eric.
Just to be involved in something so big like that, to be like, this is for my fucking.
I think every man has a desire to defend something.
Yes.
We have it
Yes.
biologically in our heads to like.
Yes.
I have a problem with that. My mom doesn't like it. I'm a type of person that like when shit's happening, like I'm ready to help in a sense of like if there's like a crazy guy like walking into a business, like even if I don't work there, I'm like ready to help. And my mom is like, this is not about you. I'm like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
You're that guy.
Yeah.
Wow. You're at a, what do they call you? Criminals have a word for it. I guess hero factor might be the word.
I don't know, man. I just feel like it's my duty as a man. Like I'm a big man. I'm not trained in any martial art. I've done jiu-jitsu for like a year.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's my duty to like defend people, man. Like it's all of our duties, bro. Dude, I did a social experiment today. I'm pulling into my building with my bike, right? I have an electric bike. So it's a heavy, it looks like a motorcycle. It's a heavy electric bike.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling in. There's this guy coming in of his laundry. He's like a big basket of laundry. He's carrying it in both hands.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna open the door for him. And I'm like, fuck, I opened the door and I held it. I always do that. But I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna wait for me to bring my bike in. He goes, oh, thank you, man. Straight's going into the elevator, goes up. Doesn't hold the door for me. I gotta grab it and wheel my bike in. I was like, yeah.
You think that was an American thing?
No, it's a people thing.
Just a people thing?
No, that's not an American thing at all. People are like that all over the world.
Yeah.
It's just like people are too focused on themselves and you don't realize that like, dude, when something's going down, it's all of us, bro. Because that very well could be happening to you. It just so happened that it's not. So when shit like that happens, like if a crazy guy like pushing people over and shit and stuff, like if we all jump in, it's over.
Yeah.
But if only one guy jumps in, it's 1-on-1. But if everybody jumps in, it's done.
Well, you need a catalyst. You need one guy to be like, hey, you cut that out. And then everyone else goes, yeah, you know? But you're the one guy that's like, cut that out.
Well, they did that in 9/11 with that one plane.
Well, yeah, the one in the field.
Yeah, they started talking to each other like, fuck these guys, bro.
Charge these motherfuckers.
Yeah, and it's dude, because I don't know, bro. I had a moment too here in Austin that really upset me. That like, so you know how Roscoe's, if you open the door to the street, like it's really loud, right? Especially if there's cars going around,
right?
So the mic is going on, and it's about 15 of us outside talking, and the mic is going on.
That place
inside.
needs an airlock. Yeah.
No, I love Roscoe's, but I'm like,
I love it too. That's where they put the curtains up.
right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, there's noise coming from the street. You know what will help? A curtain. Like, that's crazy. But so there's probably 15 of us outside. And then this drunk guy who's probably like 6'4". He's not a small guy by any means.
Yeah.
He's drunk and a little older. He's like, oh, what's going on here? Like that. And he like opens the door to Roscoe and goes, oh, there's a show, huh? There's a mic. And I immediately go like, hey, man, can you close the door? Because when you open, like, it really fucks up the show. And then he like looks at me and I'm like, can you close it, man? And he like closed it and he goes, oh, do you like work here or something? And I was like, no, but you're like fucking up the show. And then he's like, oh yeah? And then immediately I look, everybody walked away. All 15 walked away and I was just me and him. And like, I didn't back down. I was just like, yeah, man, like it fucks up the show. It gets really noisy. And he goes, do you work here? I'm like, no, but I just fucking did it. I'm a comic. You're messing it up for them. And he's like, oh yeah. And his wife's like, hey, come on, Gary, let's go. Like, and he's like looking at me and I'm just like staring at him. And then like his wife like pulled him away. And then I literally told my friends, I was like, you guys are all fucking pussies. You guys are all fucking pussies. All of you.
What'd they say?
They're like, oh man, we don't want to. I'm like, you pussies. Do you really think if all 15 of us stand up to this guy, he's going to do anything?
Right.
You guys are pussies. Like you just walked away on me and I'm standing up for us. You guess what? Some of you are about to go up, dickhead. He might do this again, and guess what? I'm not gonna do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, man. People don't think about other people, and it's that's rich to say from the guy in the beginning. He's like, well, white guilt is not a thing.
Yeah, look how far we've come. Huh?
Yeah, but again, I'm not saying I don't understand it. I just think it's funny. You guys are the only ones that do it.
Well, let's use that logic on the white guilt thing.
Because I think it's less about sympathy. I think it's a fake thing because it's like, I'm sorry. Are you going to help? No. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, then why are you doing it? Yeah. Or to be like, slavery was so bad, but I'm still going to use this iPhone that's made by slaves.
Yeah.
Like now in 2026, but slavery was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make it a big deal when you fucking have a smartphone. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not walking around like, oh, that was awful.
Yeah.
Oh, I can only, oh. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's my problem with it. It's like, if you're going to be like that, you better be like giving everything you
better
own.
throw down.
You better be giving everything you own to poor black people, and on the weekends be like feeding people in the hood and being like, how are you going to pay your bills? I got you because my ancestors fucked you over.
Yeah.
But you don't do that, do you?
Right.
You just feel bad because you feel better about yourself.
They got to back it up.
No, you do that because you feel better about yourself. Like, I'm such a good person because I feel guilt.
But it's not doing anything.
No.
It's the thoughts and prayers.
No, it's the thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite Family Guy clips. Peter goes, unfortunately, after a long battle with cancer, let's say my mother just passed away. Really hard time for me right now. And then Seamus goes like, oh my God, dude, if you need anything, let me know. And I mean anything. And puts in all caps. And Peter goes, I need your car. And then Quagmire goes, dude, you got to give it to him. You did say anything. And then Seamus like deletes the comment. He goes, thoughts and prayers. So it's like, yeah, no, you're not going to do shit for me, are you?
Yeah, thoughts and prayers. But
that might be a good way to do the bit. Like, white guilt is just white thoughts and prayers.
That might be a good way of doing it. It's a thoughts and prayers because you're not actually giving him anything.
No, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, you're not doing
because
anything.
That's not realistic. Like, reparations is not really a realistic thing. I think having maybe like an organization that gives money to people that are struggling really bad, that's really important. We need that, period.
Right.
Black or white, we need that, period.
Right.
But yeah, that would actually do something. Bro, I don't know, man. Like, I have a big problem with like public problems and infrastructure. It sucks the joy out of me. Like, I was watching a clip today, like this lady was like putting this guy on blast on some of these hearings. I never know what they are. Like one of these political hearings. And she's like, did Trump authorize the military to arrest people? Yes or no? And the guy's like, he refuses to say yes or no. And at one point, like I'm not a Republican or liberal or Democratic. I don't give a fuck. But I got so fucking pissed that he would just not say yes or no.
Right.
It's like, you're such a sleazeball. And
They're
then the people in the comments
not
like,
to.
why would Republicans refuse? It's not Republicans, you dickhead. Democrats will do the same shit. It's just politics.
Yeah.
They're always like this. I think it's funny for you to ask me that because that answer is online. It's like, yes or no. Can I answer? She goes, yes or no. And he's like, President Trump told us the specific orders. He goes, yes or no. And he's like, he won't answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, sorry, I'm getting loud because I'm
fine.
passionate about this shit, dude.
Do you like politics?
No, because of that. It pisses me off. And the only reason I'm talking about it is because when it comes down to like social issues like that, like something needs to be done. It's like, bro, we have the power to help everybody. We just don't fucking do it.
Right.
Like, same shit in Brazil. When the fucking Olympics happen and the World Cup happens, you bet your ass the city's going to be safe, huh?
Yeah.
You bet your ass we're going to clean the fucking favelas like it's never been seen before, and they're going to fucking win an Emmy.
Yeah.
Which they did.
Yeah.
They won a fucking Emmy, the TV network that covered the cleanup of the favelas when the army went in there and cleaned everything.
But when it was over, they didn't give a shit.
No.
Yeah.
As soon as, dude, it depresses me, man. It's sad. It's like we set up these things called UPP, Unidade de Polícia Pacificadora.
Yeah.
And it was a huge thing. They had like flags.
Yeah.
And they would have buildings in the favelas. And it's like, we're here now.
They probably made deals with some of the favela gangs.
1,000%.
They were like, you guys got to chill.
1,000%.
Yeah.
But then they're like, there's certain things that we're not going to do. And then the government was like, okay, get them out.
Do you hear about the favela tours that people do?
100%. It's demeaning even to me. They go around in safari jeeps.
Yeah.
And the guy sometimes wears a cowboy hat.
Dude, that's
And he's
crazy
like,
work.
We're
I
about
don't
to
know
go
how
to
I
the
feel
slums.
about it.
You guys ready?
A part of me is like, well, if they're making money, like do whatever. But another part of me is like, damn, that's crazy that they're doing that.
No, it's insane. It's insane. It's
My
insane.
cousins hate it when we take photos of the favelas whenever we're out there. They're always like, this is like the worst part of the country, and you guys think that it's...
I'll be honest with you, Eric. It really upsets me too. Like at work, sometimes I worked the other day. This guy walked in with a shirt and it said "Favela Rio" and it had like the little houses.
That's crazy.
And I was like, "Hey man, did you grow up there?" Just like that. And he's like, "Oh no, I'm from the Netherlands." I'm like, "Okay, did you visit?" And he goes, "Yes, it was beautiful." And I'm like,
That's wild.
You fucking all right." And dude, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, listen, I know great people that live in favelas, like, and they have the most beautiful views in the city because they're up in the hill.
Yeah.
There's great spots, great people, great culture, but it is also a drug-infested, violence-infested place. It is.
But yeah, when I was like 10, we did like a charity event in the favelas where we drove out there and we handed out like, you know, macaroni noodles and like pots and stuff that they need and stuff. And man, I have never seen anything like that in my life. That was a level of poverty that I have never seen. It was fucking nuts.
So my dad was telling me, do you know there's some people from Venezuela when they come? So this is a really interesting thing to talk about. When we first came here, the first couple of times we came to America as a family, when we saw CVS for the first time, we freaked the fuck out. All of us. Me, my dad, my mom, and my sister. Because it's a crazy looking store to us. We're like, oh my God, this is a pharmacy? We're like, this fucking big with all this shit, and they sell like video games in a pharmacy.
That's
we
funny.
went nuts. Yeah. We're like, what the fuck? I told my dad this today on the phone, because I'm like talking about this, because like there's another part of my act that I'm like addressing the fact that some people hate America, and I'm like, that's wild to me to hate America when you haven't been out of here. Because like first time I walked in CVS was nuts. My dad was like, do you know there's people from Venezuela that come to our supermarkets in Brazil and cry?
Think that.
They cry. It's on the news. They cry because they see our supermarket and they're like, they can't believe that they're here now and they can get all this food. And you guys go to a supermarket, you would go to a supermarket in Brazil and be like, this is kind of shitty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's levels to this, man.
I go to the supermarkets in Brazil and I don't actually think that. I think, man, there's some fucking baller ass fruit in here.
Oh yeah, no, our fruit is great.
The fruit is out of control.
Yeah, your fruit, like you guys have really a big problem with fruit here.
Dude, the fruit blows here. Like every time, like the papaya. You ever had a papaya here? Tastes like shit.
The thing is, like, I'm used to it now because I've been here for 12 years. But it's like you can't think about it. Like you can't be like, I'm eating shitty fruit, because you are.
Yeah.
When I go to Brazil, I'm just like, oh.
It's nuts. It's a whole other game.
The quality of the products is insanely good. But what I'm saying is like, even a high scale, expensive market looks poor in comparison to an American market. It just does.
It does.
It looks dirtier. It doesn't look as neat.
It does, but I mean, but you know, that's kind of, it's not crazy. I don't think it's anything wild.
No, but it's a level of wealth. You know what I'm saying? It's a level of wealth.
And the food is cheaper, and it's just, you know, it is a level of wealth at the end of the day.
It's a level of wealth. Like your country has a lot more money than ours.
Yeah.
Dude, like sometimes I'll be in Brazil. I'm like, dude, we're barely out of like, because like, let's say, I think about this sometimes because I love history, bro. I studied history in college. I'm like, so
That's
sometimes I think about America, and it's like Florida was a swamp. Your coast, Boston, I'm not really sure, but it was like forest, right? Like trees.
the East Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's forest.
Forest, and then in the middle, you just
swamp,
had the fucking plains.
Yeah.
For so long. Brazil is rainforest from the coast to the fucking Amazon.
Yeah.
We have a break in the middle that's like more dry.
Yeah.
And in the north, it's like more deserty, but there's a fucking, for 80% of the country,
We have a lot more biome.
80% of the country's rainforest.
Yeah.
And those guys had to fucking chop off all that shit and start cities.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm in Rio and I'm looking around, like, oh yeah, I can feel it. Like this used to be a fucking jungle.
Yeah. I think that too when I'm there. Every time I'm there, I'm like, it's so much harder to maintain infrastructure there.
Yeah.
Because the jungle's fighting back all the time.
Brother, I'll give you a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Like, so a big joke here, my friends all make fun of me. Like, oh, you guys have hospitals, you guys have roads.
Yeah.
As a joke. But like, you third world, you guys. But I was at home one time. We didn't have power for 2 days because a monkey fucked with the wires. And my friend was trying to call me and he couldn't because my phone was dead. And when I finally got battery again, I'm like, oh, my bad, dude. We didn't have power. He goes, why? I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm telling you.
Can't tell him.
I was just like, it was a fucking grid thing.
Yeah, it just happens.
I'm not going to tell you that I literally saw the monkey that did it go
Oh my God.
literally a monkey. Dude, a monkey went to the wire and went like this and died. And then we had no
killed
power.
Itself.
We had no power for 2 days because of monkey.
That's funny. That's a bit right there, too.
Yeah, I've been trying to make monkeys funny because monkeys, dude, people go to Brazil and like, well, monkeys. And like Brazilians are like,
they don't care.
no, we're like, a foreigner will go.
Yo, this is something that blew my fucking mind about monkeys in South America. And I had never seen anything like this. How did monkeys get to South America?
What do you mean?
Monkeys started in Africa.
Not necessarily. I think.
So when I looked it up,
Yeah.
apparently what happened is there were like wreckages that float between Africa, and this is the current working theory about how monkeys got to South America. And they said that monkeys got on wreckages and like sea wreckages and floated to South America.
See, I don't buy that.
I don't know if I buy that
I
either.
don't buy that.
But how the fuck did they get there?
I think you got.
There's no monkeys in North America. Except for Mexico.
True, but you got to think like they at one point all this shit was connected. So if some of these motherfuckers got over there and this shit was connected,
that was billions. That was like 1 billion years ago.
But wasn't dinosaurs and at least the first like big mammals?
That was when it was all connected,
right?
Yes.
But weren't dinosaurs and at least some of the first big mammals around for that?
Dinosaurs and
like
mammals? I don't think so. Ooh, let's look this up.
Like mammoths and fucking the saber-tooths and all that stuff. Like, was that around when there was like at least a bridge in between continents or no?
Were mammals around during
Pangea? Yep. Yeah, it's so fun to talk to somebody that has culture, dude. Like, goddamn.
Here we go. Yes, primitive mammals were close relatives, centipedes.
Now look up. There were anything. Was anything resembling a monkey around during Pangea? Because monkeys, they probably Googled like no, but like a close ancestor.
Let's see if it even says no. Modern
monkeys. No, weren't around during
old
Pangea.
or New World weren't around.
Primates, small shrimp existed earlier, but true monkeys evolved much later.
Yeah, this is what I would expect for there to be around during Pangea is like tiny, like rats and shit. Like
But that's what I'm saying. But true monkeys evolved much later. So I think things that could sprout the type of monkeys that we have definitely were around.
Look, world monkeys rafting from Africa to South America.
Yeah,
I don't know if I buy that, dude.
I don't buy that.
Dude,
because
that's
Africa doesn't really
work.
like. I don't know if Africa has. You got to look around the diversity of the monkeys in the world. Like South America has like really crazy looking monkeys that I don't know exist in Africa, but I might be wrong. Oh, also, you know the difference between ape and monkey?
No.
Tail.
Oh, wow.
Tail.
So a monkey has a tail.
So a gibbon is an ape.
Right, because it doesn't have a tail.
We call it monkey because he's tiny, but it's an ape.
Baboons have tails, right?
Baboons have tail. Baboons are monkey.
Oh, interesting.
A gibbon. You know what a gibbon is?
A gibbon is the tiny one, right?
Gibbon's the one that walks like this.
Oh, okay.
And he's tiny, so people call it a gibbon monkey.
So
but
chimpanzee is an ape.
chimp is an ape. Gorilla is an ape. Orangutan is an ape.
Orangutan.
The
bigger ones, usually.
Gigantopithecus is like that thing, like the giant one that was an ape.
Gigantopithecus?
Gigantopithecus was a fucking gorilla that was as big as a rhino from back in the day.
What's the English?
Gigantopithecus. But you're going to find Gigantopithecus. There he goes. Gigantopithecus. There he is. Yeah, that thing was like,
wow.
It was
that
huge.
looks like an orangutan.
Yeah, but look at like the size comparison between him and a gorilla is insane. Well, that can't be right.
Hold on.
can't
Is
be
it this? This one looks more right.
Look at that. Look at that one. You saw the guy in the middle? So that's him to a human.
God, who did the face on this fucking
Yeah, it's horrible. But did you see the one?
Oh, look at this
Right,
one.
that one right there.
Yo, chill, dude. Yo, what the fuck? That thing's huge.
Yeah, Gigantopithecus.
Yeah, I don't know if the rafting monkey theory is...
I don't buy that, man. It's like, really? And then like they just spread for the whole continent and that... You know why I don't buy it? Because of the diversity. If
135 million. Sorry, keep going.
If all South America had was capuchin monkeys all over, I could see it. But because of the diversity of species that we have in South America, I cannot think that they all stem from one monkey floating in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this one says so they floated over 36 million years ago, 40 million years
Frozen
ago.
on large mats of vegetation. Oh, no, that's different. I thought you meant like wreckages.
No, you know what I mean. Like, yeah, like basically floating shit, like floating tree trunks and shit. But I don't even that sounds crazy.
Well, they wouldn't survive.
Yeah, like that's a long ass fucking float.
On large mats of vegetation might be like.
Although I will say the continents were probably closer then.
Maybe, but that's still a long ass fucking journey, though.
So 36 million years, 135 million years was the split. That means that it's like a third closer than what it would be. So it'd be like maybe there. That's still pretty far.
Still pretty far. But large mats of vegetation, what I understand from that is like, you know how the continents are separating?
Yeah.
Like chunks of fucking land are like floating probably.
Like maybe there were islands there. Yeah.
That just like folded into the Americas. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that
why
also
wouldn't people do that too?
Well, people walked. You know that, right?
Well, people walked across the Bering Strait to Alaska.
And they just fucking disseminated.
Right. And that makes sense. There's also theories that the Polynesians, they got all the way to South America. Because they got to Hawaii. So it would make sense that maybe they got all the way there.
We have no idea what happened.
Yeah, we don't know.
We have no idea.
Polynesians. Yeah, here we go. Polynesians in South America. Yeah, Polynesians reached South America.
The only reason I think the natives in Rio, at least, had no contact with anybody ever is because, I mean, they didn't have felts, I guess. They were, like, naked. They still had, like, tools and spears and arrows and everything. Isn't that kind of funny, too? It's not funny, but isn't that kind of crazy that everybody kind of thought of the bow and arrow everywhere?
That is interesting.
Isn't that nuts?
Because it seems complex enough that is actually a very good idea.
That's nuts.
That is interesting. Because it is something that it seems intricate and complex.
Was there like one
enough.
guy in a canoe just going around the world like selling it? Like,
can you imagine selling? Like they're like, what is this garbage? And then he just fucking shoots
kills
some guy.
the chief immediately. Oh my god!
They're like, oh my god, take my money.
I had this idea a while back. It never really worked. But it's like it used to be. It's probably way easier to sell things back in the day. Like the first guy that ever sold toilet paper. And like he like presents it like, holy shit, I've been using rocks for years. Like, fuck, give me that.
People are probably using leaves and shit.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to think of what else they could have pushed back then. Probably just like rocks. The big thing was gold and pyramids.
Well, do you know why they call que pariu, cara, como é que fala isso? Not cachaça. There's a
the
thing.
rum?
No, there's a
Like
thing
alcohol?
to refer to alcohol. Água fervendo, maybe. I don't fucking know.
Fermented.
No, there's a saying in Portuguese, firewater. Right? You have it in America too, firewater.
Yeah, we have that.
You know why you call it firewater?
I thought it was a native thing.
It is.
Okay.
And it's a native thing in Brazil too.
Okay.
Because the Europeans, those assholes that they were, and not European, and that's another thing with all these way back colonization thing that people go, Europeans are evil. It's like, dude, they're just people. Yeah, they're evil, but the natives are evil too, whatever. Because then they bring it to modern day Europeans, trying to say that Europeans are just evil people. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Europeans, being the fucking evil bastards that they were back then, just those people that medieval people, whatever, they would throw alcohol on the ground and set it on fire. And the natives had no fucking idea what that was. So they would just be like, and then they're like, yeah, we're fucking gods.
Yeah.
Like, you better listen to me.
Oh man, this sounds crazy, but how fun it must have been.
Oh, dude, it must
to
have
be a European just fucking with these people and showing them all like because they thought we were centaurs too. When they came in,
Eric, I mean, they never stood a chance.
dude, they didn't have a chance.
Dude, sometimes I'll be like, because I love museums, right?
Yeah.
And I had this thought in the museum was I saw this painting, and it was just like a conquistador like this,
Yeah.
on the top of a raft, and the guys are like rowing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, imagine if it's just like it's just like a native guy. That's one thing that I want to put in the bid because I do think like because people are like, oh, the Trail of Tears and like killing the natives, like. Dude, do you really think there was any other way that would have went down? Like, especially from the ones in Rio. Like, imagine you're a native in Rio and you're naked on the beach and just fucking chilling, and then you look over and you just see it. And then look what the fuck. And then the guy gets it. Hey, motherfucker, look at this. It's a mirror. Like,
Yeah,
you're done.
that
You're
would have
done.
been terrifying.
You're done. You're gonna do everything.
Dude, a mirror would fuck me up, dude. If I was a dude,
They
I'd be
did
like,
that too.
dude, I'd be reacting like a black guy seeing a magic trick.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
It was magic. It was magic to them. Like, hey, what's up, Eric? Here's you.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh my
shit.
God.
Yeah. They had no idea what that was. And then they would set fucking water on fire. That's
Yeah.
dude, that had to be such a mind
to be
fuck
so crazy.
because you don't know what that is. So in your head, that's water.
but to be the conquistador doing that, oh my
Oh,
God.
so fun.
They must have just been like, these people believe
Bring me
anything,
every
dude.
woman you have right now.
Yeah, I need to repopulate.
Immediately.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's evil, but it's like,
Well, that's the one thing they gave back to us, the Europeans, was syphilis. That was the new world disease that we took to Europe.
oh, we gave him syphilis?
The Indians gave the Europeans syphilis.
It's a good revenge.
It was a good little revenge.
Good
little.
revenge.
I mean, they got smallpox. That's definitely the worst part of it. But
Yeah.
but yeah, syphilis is all right.
It's like, yeah, I know you killed 80% of my people, but I gave you an itch.
That's good.
How do you like that?
That's good. That's good.
I
That's
didn't know
funny.
that they give him syphilis. I'm going to write this down because I want to read about it.
Yeah,
They give him syphilis, dude.
that's crazy. Ben Franklin had syphilis.
Al Capone died of syphilis, didn't he?
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of these like really famous gangsters didn't die like how you want them to die, like in a shooting. It was like,
Yeah.
what's it called? What was the other thing we're saying?
Who's another famous gangster?
There's like some Italian dudes from New York. Honestly, Al Capone is the only one I know because it's the super cliche one. Just that it's crazy. That's a crazy thing too, how names get known in history.
Yeah. Al Capone. It is just such a clean name, though.
It is. Have you
Yeah.
ever read Al Capone as a clean ass name? If his name was like Dandy, you'd be like, eh.
Not going to be
Or
famous.
Bobby. Like,
Yeah. Billy the Kid. Another one. It's just like, ooh, clean. Billy the fucking Kid, dude.
imagine there was like this guy like Magnus the horse stealer, and he was like way worse than Billy the Kid, like way more successful. But like, yeah, your name's not good.
But
though.
the name, it's not good for showbiz.
Shut
brother.
up, Magnus, you fucking pussy.
What are you, a chess player? Fucking
Yeah, come
loser?
on. Yeah, Magnus Carlsen. That's such a funny clip.
Oh, I love
Such a
that.
funny clip.
I love the other guy who was just like, oh,
Oh, I just beat him. Oh my
I beat him. Holy shit.
God. Fuck yeah, that's funny. But what's it called? See, oh shit, 124.
You wanna call it? I was kind of thinking feijoada.
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of hungry.
You want to eat some feijoada?
I'll
dude?
eat some feijoada, dude.
Peace. Pedro Franco. See ya.